off to speak to a bunch of fourth graders about entrepreneurship. So I'm very excited to go share my story and to also help their little minds to start thinking bigger and shining brighter. I want them to realize that everyone was created with a purpose on purpose. So my goal is that when I leave, they are inspired to live lives that are pleasing to God and that they would thrive and excel in whatever it is that they choose to do in life. And if it happens to be entrepreneurship, them being their own boss, I pray that I am some sort of inspiration that when you are obedient to Christ, when you are obedient to following his lead, then he will make sure that you excel and prosper in whatever it is that you decide to do, because if you're doing what he called you to do, you're going to be successful. I already know you know who Jesus is, right? And I forgot to formally introduce myself. My name is Crystal Hughes. Before Kylie was born, I was a high school Spanish teacher. So I taught Spanish to high school, graduated, a major in Spanish and a minor in Hispanic ethnic backgrounds. ¿Tú hablas español? Sí? ¿Cómo te llamas? I could have been a translator, but I've always loved working with children and to help you out to think bigger and shine brighter. So I was a Spanish teacher, and then once I had Kylie, I no longer wanted to be in the classroom. I wanted to be able to take care of Kylie. So I stayed home and was a stay-at-home mom. And then after a while, because I've always had the mindset of an entrepreneur, does anybody know what an entrepreneur is? I buy stuff and I resell it. What do you think an entrepreneur is?
You make stuff and then you sell it.
Make stuff and then I sell it. Great job. So essentially an entrepreneur is someone who's their own boss. They work for themselves. A great answer, an entrepreneur does not necessarily have to sell a product. They can have a service that they offer to someone. Entrepreneur can be what I'm doing right now, motivational speaking. Do you know that when you get older, you can get paid to speak to people on the things that you know? What are the most common jobs that we have that you learn about when you're in school? Work at a restaurant, teachers, people who work at the hospital, builders, hairdressers, cops. So all of those things that you just named, those are people that we absolutely need. So once you all grow up and graduate, many of you will go on to become police officers, you become lawyers, doctors. Those are people that we need, right? Don't we need police officers to keep us safe? Don't we need doctors? So all of those things are necessary. We still need some of you to go out there and to gain as much knowledge as possible to fill those roles of those essential positions. But there are also some of you who are just like, I cannot imagine myself being a cop. I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to be a nurse. I want to do something fun. For me, my job is not necessarily a necessity. I'm a rhinestone supplier. Does anybody think that they know what I do? Okay, good job. So when I was in the fourth grade, do you think that I thought I would be a rhinestone supplier or a rhinestone artist? I didn't even know that it was possible. I just thought as I got older and started liking shiny, fancy, sparkly things, I just thought I liked it, but I never thought that this could actually be a career of mine. I could actually make money off of this. So when Kylie was a baby and I was staying at home with Kylie, I started trying to make these things that you see here. I wasn't very good at it. This is one of the very first pairs of shoes that I made. So these are older than Kylie. And they do not look that good in comparison to the things that I make now. Do these shine as much as these things do? No. So I was not very good. I got discouraged. I felt like I wasn't that good, so I'm gonna let it go. So for a while, I didn't blink anymore because I didn't think I was that good at it. But what happens when you're trying to do something and you haven't mastered it yet? What do you continue to do?
Keep working no matter how hard.
There you go. And that goes for school too. What happens if you're struggling in a specific area? That does not mean that you're not intelligent or that you can't. You just have to keep trying until you get it right, correct? There is power in creativity. We know that God created us in his image and in his likeness. So just like he created all of these things, this world just didn't happen. God made it possible, right? Through his creativity. And he has given each and every one of us the same ability. Now we are creative in different ways. And so whatever way that you feel that you're creative, you can use that to become your own boss one day. If you choose not to be an essential worker, if you choose not to be a nurse, doctor, lawyer, you can create your own business based off of something that you're already good at. Each and every one of us were created with a purpose on purpose. And God has given each and every one of us unique talents, gifts, and abilities. My purpose is to be a light, to spread the love of Christ, and to show people Christ's love. So I get to do that through rhinestone art. I used to be a rhinestone artist, and that led me to become a rhinestone supplier. Anybody have any crafty moms who make cups and glitter stuff? So most of the crafters, the dance moms, bling bows, the cheerleaders, the rhinestone uniforms, well, my company supplies most of those people with the rhinestones to make all of the things that you see that have rhinestones added. Because spreading the love of Christ is a part of my purpose, every single time my company ships orders out, we send some form of scripture with these orders so that people who do not know who Jesus is can get to know him, and people who, like us, who already know who Jesus is, can be reminded of his love. So I'm not just a rhinestone artist or a rhinestone supplier. This is a part of my mission to spread the love of Christ. Anybody like to draw? Lots of artists. So someday you may just think that you're drawing, you're good at it. God blessed you with that gift for a reason. I just saw a restaurant and somebody painted a big mural on the side of the restaurant. It's beautiful. That person who painted that may not have thought when they were your age that they could someday make money off of that, but I'm pretty sure they got paid thousands of dollars for that. God blessed them with that gift to be able to share it with the world. Whatever the gift is that you have, you might be great with words. Someday, you may become an author. You might write your own books. I have written my own book. I'm an author as well. And if I were not obedient to God for starting this business, I would not have had a story to tell to write a book. I was good at writing in school, but I never thought I would be an author. God blesses each and every one of us with gifts so that we can turn around and use them for his glory. You might just be fast. You might be a track star one day. Good question. How long did it take for me to put rhinestones on this duck? The more you practice, the better you become, the faster you become. This is an art. And so different things take different amounts of time. It also has to do with how skilled you are. I've been doing this for a while, so it does not take me as long to do things. This probably took me about 2 hours. This probably took me about 50 minutes. That probably took me about 3 or 4 hours because I used smaller rhinestones, different sizes. If you remember nothing else, I want you to remember that each and every one of us were created with a purpose on purpose. We are going to need the doctors, lawyers, teachers. Some of you are going to be responsible for making this life fun. I brought rhinestones in a project to do with the girls. I don't think that all the boys might want to bling. I did buy you all some journals. Boys can keep these books. What are you good at? What kind of talent do you have that you think that you can turn into a business someday? And to make it easy, I brought rhinestone and pearl mixes. All right, so now you all can choose what pack you want. All right.
I like it.
My favorite one. All right, listen up, girls. Open a pack, and we're gonna pour a little bit on your paper plate. Don't pour all of them, just a small amount. Miss White, do you want to bling something? You can if you want. Okay. Please shake the plate as we're blinging because this helps us, the rhinestones and the pearls, to flip over on the right side, which makes it easy for you all to be able to pick them up, okay? Thank you, baby, you too. Boys, I'm gonna pick a volunteer at the end, the person who has the best business plan. I'm gonna give you one of my books for free, okay? We take our wax pencil is what it's called, and we just pick up whatever color we want. Just like it, we don't have to apply a lot of pressure. And it sticks, and then we place the rhinestone or the pearl wherever we want it to go. The pearls are more difficult to grab because they're bigger and shiny, so they can be difficult to grab.
Can we start?
You can start.
I'm doing the small one. Are you doing that?
Doing a great job. Let's see the front, turn around. That's so pretty.
That's
Are you proud of yourself? You should be. That's very pretty. Let me see how pretty. All right, everyone, listen up. You all have done so well. The girls are over here blinking their hearts away, and they've done such a great job already. Let's give them a hand. While the girls were perfecting their craft over here, the guys were supposed to be coming up with business plans or something that they want to do in the future if you all want to become your own boss someday or an entrepreneur. And so that seems so far out of reach, but the goal is to think bigger and shine brighter, right? So this is not that hard to do. Okay, great job. So though there are things on YouTube that we shouldn't be watching, there are many great channels out there that are educational, informative. So you are thinking very well. And just like my business, I put my business on YouTube. What's your name? Grayson said that he's going to have his own restaurant. He's going to put it on YouTube. There's more people that can know about his restaurant, and it brings traffic to his restaurant to make more money. Good job. Let's give Grayson a hand. I'm gonna give you a book.